Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Underground, thunder bounce when I stop the ground. Like a million elephants, a silverback orangutan. You can't stop the train. Who wants to don't come? Welcome to the jungle. We got what it takes. We got everything you want. The Pokemon made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. Run to the hills. Run now. Let the body hit the floor. Let the body hit the floor. Let the body
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Friday. Woo! Everyone's favorite day of the week. As always, I'm your pie. Oh my God. Let's start this shit already. I'm your host, Pie. I mean, I could be your pie if you really want me to.
Ooh, kinky.
Yeah. But I'm your host, Pie. This is Liquid Lunch. And today I'm joined by Raptor Mom. As always, I guess. How you doing, Mom?
Pretty good. Hey, y'all.
So, first thing, and I guess the biggest elephant in the room is I need to kind of apologize for missing Monday's show. So, if you guys have been following Liquid Lunch at all, you would know that last weekend was my birthday weekend. And it was also a 4-day. So, you know, a lot of people didn't really work. And when you continuously drink throughout a weekend and people like not working their regular days because it's a 4-day, you tend to lose track of the days. So on Monday, I thought it was Sunday because my buddies that normally go into work weren't at work, and it threw me off completely. And Raptor Mom had hit me up, and Red Lake had hit me up, and I completely lost track of days. And Raptor Mom's like, "Hey, you doing a show today?" I was like, "No, that's tomorrow." No, that's today. It's like, oh fuck! And by that time, it was kind of already too late, and I done fucked up. So you fucked up, Aaron. Yeah. So that was Monday, and then Tuesday, my son was at football practice. He's 16. He's a pretty big kid for a 16-year-old.
Is he driving?
No. He was
Okay.
at football practice, and he weighs 190 pounds. Like, he's not fat. He's built. But anyway, so he was at football practice, and then about I'd say around 7 o'clock at night or some shit, I get a call from the coach, and the squad or the ambulance got called for him. He had problems.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I guess they were taking a water break, and during the water break, he had like real problems breathing and felt dizzy and just like was all fucked up. So they called a squad out for him. The medics got there. By the time I turned up, they'd already kind of, done the mobile EKG or whatever it is, like monitor his heart and all that kind of shit. And the medic was like, "Hey, I can't tell you officially what's wrong, but in my opinion, I think he's like maybe pulled a chest muscle or something, because he says it hurts when he moves and or shit like that." So my boy's 16. He's big enough and ugly enough to make his own decisions. So I said, "All right, you want to go with the squad to the hospital, or do you want to come home? And if you're feeling like shit, I can take you to the hospital, at a later point." He wanted to go to the hospital with the squad. So like, all right, fuck it, your choice, let's do it. So I followed them down there, and I was pretty much at the hospital all fucking night. And the outcome was that nothing's wrong with him. Like, they couldn't work out what was wrong with him. They done EKG, is it ECG, EKG, whatever, the whole heart fucking. And
EKG.
Yeah, EKG, all that kind of shit. They done all that. They gave him chest X-rays, all that kind of shit. Like, they gave him a full workover, especially because he's like a teenager in sports. And I guess recently, the last few years, there's been a lot of kids dying on over sports for like overexertion and all that kind of shit. So they wanted to give him a full complete workup, make sure he was good to go. So by the time we got home, it was late as fuck. I kind of slept in, and yeah, so that was Wednesday's show. And then yesterday, oh my gosh, yesterday while he was at school, he passed the fuck out. Like done.
Wow.
Passed the fuck out. So they called the squad for him again. And yeah, this time the wife stayed at the hospital all fucking day. Like I think she left about 10:30 yesterday morning, and they didn't get home until 8 p.m. last night. So almost 12 fucking hours in the hospital. And again, they gave him a complete workover. So at first they thought he was dehydrated. Then he had told them he wasn't eating properly, like he had a granola bar for fucking breakfast. Which,
Well, that could do it.
yeah, the kid's an idiot if he's doing that. I mean, he does a shit ton of sports. So if you ain't eating properly, yeah, your body's going to quit on you. But so anyway, so they kind of rehydrated him. They checked his blood sugar, and I guess that was at 40.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the whole blood sugar level thing. I don't know what the average or normal range is, but his was at 40, and apparently that's like real low.
It is.
So they gave him like glyco or whatever sugar.
Glucose?
To boost all that shit up. Then they gave him fluids to rehydrate him, and he was still having like pains, headaches, dizziness. So they gave him like fucking full workup again, EKG, which was different than the EKG from Tuesday. So they were kind of concerned about that. And I think they gave him like 2 or 3 EKGs throughout the day yesterday. And like each one was kind of off. So they were concerned. So then they thought he may have some kind of fucking genetic heart defect. Like apparently there's some kids, a lot of these kids that have died, over the past few years from sports type shit. It's because their heart like quits on them. Half of the heart stops working, and then they just fucking fall down dead. And apparently you can go your entire life playing sports and be crazy active, and it never affect you, and then just one day, just boom, it happens.
Are they going to have him wear like it's called a Holter monitor. Basically, it's a 24 to 48 heart monitor he would, have to wear. And then I guess it's saved onto like a memory card, and then it gets sent in to like the cardiologist, and they look at, because sometimes with EKG, like you said, they were all abnormal, but sometimes everything will show up normal, and it's kind of like one of those things it's got to be caught, right then and there.
He didn't come home with anything, so I doubt it. Like, I don't know exactly what happened at the hospital because the wife was there, and Mrs. Pye isn't really the best in communication. So, yeah, I got to kind of fill in the blanks a lot of the times. But they did, they were concerned about his heart thing because they couldn't find anything else wrong with him. He was having shortness of breath and dizziness and all that kind of shit. But they couldn't find like a medical reason for why this shit was happening. So they wanted to get him, they took a whole bunch of blood, and they booked an appointment with, I guess, the genetics people for whatever, like that very same day. So his appointment was, I think it was 3 p.m. yesterday. So they essentially just transported him from the hospital to this genetics fucking lab, took a whole bunch of shit and rushed it. And from the initial findings that they were able to get that quick, they said nothing's wrong with his heart. I mean, they still got to do like further testing just to make sure, but from the initial stuff that they could do in that short amount of time, they said he's fine. So they're really not sure what's up. It's definitely his lack of eating isn't fucking good.
No, it's not.
So within the past year, he's lost 40 pounds, which
Wow.
is an insane amount of fucking weight loss. So he used to play, sports and shit before, and then he got a couple of injuries, like on his foot got fucked up, like the bone, like the growth plate on the bottom of his foot got fucked up. So he had to sit out fucking sports for a bit, and then he was playing football, and his tailbone got all fucked up. He had a bruised tailbone, so he had to sit out again. So he hasn't really been active until the past, I'd say, couple of years, this last year being like really fucking active. Like last year he was in wrestling in school and shit. This year he's doing football. So, and then on like the off season, I guess he's always running and working out and doing all that kind of good shit. So yeah, he's lost like 40 pounds in a year, which is a huge amount of fucking weight. And if you're not eating properly, yeah, of course your body's going to say, hey, fuck you. So I personally think that's the biggest problem. He's not eating properly. His body's not getting the nutrients it needs compared to what his output is. But yeah, so we had to deal with that pretty much all week.
All week.
Yeah. So everything's fucking been up in the air. I've been busy, but not busy. You know, it's kind of one of them type of things. So,
I understand, because we're still remodeling and getting ready for our PCS. So I've been kind of losing track of things too.
Yeah, how's that going, by the way?
It's going pretty good. I mean, we got half the house tiled and painted, so it'll get there. I know this week has been a busy week with news and fucking idiots and protesting and whatnot.
I've caught bits and pieces, but I mean, like I just explained to you guys, I've been kind of swamped, and so I haven't really, followed the news and stuff. I was kind of busy last night when I think it was Wednesday night when Redleg was doing his show, or his impromptu show, to do the fucking commander-in-chief debate type thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of bummed because I only got to see like the last 5 minutes of Trump being on there. But from what I was kind of reading and looked up, it was kind of some interesting questions. I think it was an Air Force officer called Hillary out saying, hey, I got clearance and I'd get fucked if I done what you done. How can we trust you or some shit?
Yeah, and then she went on, like, I wouldn't say a rant, but like she just kept going on and on and on saying, lying again when the director of the FBI came out and said she was full of shit. Kept saying that she didn't like understand classified or that she really didn't do it.
Well, I mean, you get fucking when you go through your brief, especially for like TS and SCI and shit, you get fucking briefed and you're told to make sure you understand that shit. Like there's a number of videos you got to watch and shit. And I remember the first time I watched them, after like each portion or whatever, the dude fucking says, hey, do you understand all that shit? You got it? You got any questions? And I remember saying, like, there's one part I didn't really understand. So he's like, do you want to watch it again? I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? So I watched it a second time, and then after, he kind of quizzed me just to make sure I understood, because it's a serious fucking thing. So regardless of whatever level you're at, if you don't understand that shit, you shouldn't be fucking handling it. Ignorance, I guess, for lack of a better word, is not a fucking excuse. Like, you have so many avenues and people you can reach out to say, hey, I don't understand this, or I'm having a bad day, my brain's fried, I'm not following it anymore. Can I get a refresher? Whatever the fucking case may be. So her excuses are a joke.
Well, and then on top of that, it just felt like when she gave her statement, like she belittled our service members and our veterans. Like they did not know what the fuck, classified, secret and all that shit. Like she just belittled them. And I guess how do you put it? She was more talking at them, I guess to the audience, including versus, talking to them.
Right.
And I know Trump, I felt like he was, talking to the crowd. He wasn't talking at them. He wasn't, making people feel,
it was more of a conversation than a speech.
Correct.
Yeah. Like
her stuff was more like a speech. She kept getting up out of her chair instead of, sitting there, talking to Matt Lauer. I know, the point is she's got to, you don't want to just address the person that you're interviewing. You want to address, talk to the whole audience. But she was kind of all over the place, up and down. And I think maybe it's because of her nerves, but
yeah, I mean, I mean, you do the shit you do. I mean, we're talking about Benghazi and the clearance, the email, the clearance type shit. I mean, just them two things alone that are so, I guess, center stage military. And then you're in a room with no one but fucking active duty and vets and shit. I'd be kind of fucking nervous too. Especially when you can't bullshit a bullshitter at that fucking level.
And she tried.
Yeah, I mean, you can bullshit the fucking general public because they don't know any better. But you bullshit subject matter experts, it's not going to work out too fucking well. But I didn't see any of Hillary's shit. I literally seen like the last two questions of Trump.
And again, like with Hillary and Trump, like Hillary, she was just saying, yes, we're going to fix the VA. She really didn't give a definite plan. And Trump, he presented a plan to his audience.
Yeah, I think that was one of the questions I heard. He said not privatize it because I wouldn't do that. But I don't think he gave like an actual answer.
Well, one of the things that he talked about was fixing the corruption, like how he said it's pretty much impossible to fire somebody.
Right, yes.
And then he also talked about like our veterans, you know, and some active duty, because my husband's gone to the VA for a few things. Talking about how like if you have to wait longer than like 7 days, you can go out and see, you know, a private doctor or civilian.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, from a VA?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
think it's like that veteran's choice or some shit.
Yes. So those, I mean, at least he presented a plan of what he plans on doing while he's in office. Does that mean he can execute it? No, but at least he had a plan, and he was...
Right.
So...
Well, I mean, at that stage of leadership, just like any fucking stage of leadership, you look at... you look at a battalion commander. He's not supposed to be a subject matter expert in every single fucking field. He's not supposed to be able to come up with, you know, in-depth plans and formulas and shit, because he has his people around him. He has his company commanders and first sergeants. You know, it's the same as the fucking president. He has his cabinet members, people that specialize in, you know, foreign affairs or fucking military or whatever the fuck it may be. They're the people that are ultimately responsible, and then they have their own fucking team that are the subject matter experts in that shit as well. So they all report back to that head person. That head person reports back to the president. I mean, it's simple. It's the way it fucking goes. So the head dude is not the dude that's responsible for all these fucking plans. Ultimately, yes, they're responsible for making sure it happens or making sure the correct plan is in place. But like D-Mac said, they're just a figurehead. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to see it. You know, fucking life is busy and all that kind of shit. And by the time I was like, oh fuck, it was already done. But
you know, I guess because you're kind of tuned out of the world, that's when like it went to shit. It seems like anytime one of our hosts, you know, takes a break, it's like the world falls apart.
Yeah, the world literally does revolve around us, like WTF Nation Radio. Like if we're doing bad, the world does bad.
Of course, because, you know, we're best world fighter radio. I'm just kidding.
For the time being, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how are you guys doing out there? I hope you guys had a good Labor Day weekend. I hope none of you got arrested for anything too serious. Back to the grindstone, I'm assuming. So if you want to give us a call at any point, as always, you can call us at 415-889-8367. Whether it's you want to bring up a topic of your own, just kind of bullshit and say, hey, how you guys doing? You know, tell us a story about the fucking weekend or whatever the case may be. Feel free to call us, 415-889-8367. Now, talking about shit that's kind of, I guess, fucked up and weird and that kind of shit. I ran across a story that kind of made me laugh. Like, at first, I thought it was one of these, like, duffel blog type stories. And then I kind of read it, and I was like, you gotta be shitting me. It's like, this thing's actually kind of serious. So, it's coming from the independent.co.uk, which is a newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
over in England. Howie wants to know if this is an Alpha Outpost hat. Yes, it is. And yeah, I got some stuff about Alpha Outpost.
Oh, we have that same hat.
Yeah,
Do you do the monthly thing?
I do not. So
Oh,
when I went to California, I met one of the owners, and he was like, "Hey, you want a hat? Here's a hat." Like, all right, cool, thanks. But yeah, I got some stuff about Alpha Outpost. Not on this show today, but soon. I'm working something, which would be pretty cool if it all happens and goes through. So yeah, so I have to write down. Well, I'll remember to let you guys know because I mean it's going to be kind of part of the show. But anyway, so moving on, independent.co.uk. It says North Korea has forbidden people from making sarcastic comments about Kim Jong-un or his totalitarian regime in their everyday conversations. Even indirect criticism of the authority. What's up with all these big words?
English, motherfucker.
I know, right? English, you speak here? Even indirect criticism of the government has been banned. Residents were warned against criticizing the state in a series of mass meetings held by functionaries across the country. One state official personally organized a meeting to alert local residents to potential hostile actions by internal rebellious elements. The main point of the lecture was keep your mouths shut. The caution was also issued in neighboring Yangon province, sources revealed. Officials told people that sarcastic expressions such as "this is all America's fault" would constitute unacceptable criticism of the regime. So you can't even say it's all America's fault because you're indirectly saying, well, the country's fucked up because it's America's fault. So you can't even say the country's fucked up. Oh, shit. This habit of the central authorities of blaming the wrong country when a problem's cause obviously lies elsewhere has led citizens to mock the party. Wow. Yeah, so I guess old Kim is saying, hey, it's all America's fault. And people are somehow realizing, no, not so much. It's your fault. And he's not liking the backlash. Another mocking expression, a fool who cannot see the outside world, was also said to be circulating in the totalitarian state, referring to the country's notoriously isolationist leader. The phrase was apparently conceived when officials voiced shock that Mr. Kim did not attend celebrations held in Russia and China to mark the end of the Second World War. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah,
Did they really expect him to show up to that?
yeah, I know, right? I mean, the dude essentially says, hey, fuck the world. I'm going to run my country the way I want to run it, and that's that. So why would he fucking be involved in something that doesn't directly benefit him? I heard rumors. Well, I read an article. Not like I personally, like Jim came to me and was like, hey, Pa, you hear about this? Yeah, so I read this article that said, I guess Russia is putting on some kind of military equipment convention type thing. Something like, E3 or fucking DEF CON or Comic Con, but for like military and weapons and technology and shit like that. So Russia's holding one of them fucking conferences. And, oh my God. And, yeah, and he's going to turn up there. Like, he's going to be there for a week. So I guess he just wants the inside scoop on what everyone else is doing. And
On Big Boy Toys?
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
and possibly if he can fucking buy any. I don't know if anyone, like, sells shit to North Korea or if they just make their own shit.
That's a good question. I mean, a lot of, companies, or, well, I guess it's companies. Well, shit, the sanctions. I
Yeah.
mean, would that, obviously, when there's sanctions, they don't get food. I don't know how,
Well,
weapons and...
it's sanctions come in different varieties. Like, you,
Well, yeah, they do. I was using food as an example.
right?
Sorry, I should have been more clear on that.
Yeah, I don't know what sanctions are imposed on North Korea. I don't know if it's like industrial type shit. I don't know if it's like food or aid type stuff. I don't know if it's just goods. Just like random fucking goods, like import export, like China commercial type goods. I don't know what it is, to be honest, and I haven't kind of looked into it. But yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of find out if North Korea makes all their own shit, or if other countries such as like China or Russia hook them up and fucking sell shit to them. So that'd be kind of interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure they get sold shit at some point. I can't see a country that's allowed virtually no fucking technology to be making all this shit.
Maybe, they get it on the dark web.
Maybe. But I mean,
Like-
again, like, maybe they are making all their own shit because they can't even produce a working missile. Well, they can, but like they're having trouble doing that shit.
So, it's with North Korea, like banning sarcasm and of course, the irony in that, but like then the people of North Korea are truly oppressed. And then you got people over here whining and crying, saying that they're oppressed because of the national anthem,
Yeah, that's something I wanted to bring up. But I got these 7 things that apparently you're not allowed to do or say in North Korea. They're kind of like, I guess, rules. And I giggled when I went through and read these things. But the number one thing, well, I don't know if it's the number one golden rule, but here's number one out the list. So number one, don't call it North Korea. You have to call the country its real name, which is the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Yeah, I either heard Redleg talk about this the other night, or I dreamt about Redleg talking to me while I was sleeping. And I don't know why it's called Democratic or People's Republic. Isn't that the same as saying, hey, I'm the boss around here, you'll listen to me? Like, if you really are the boss, you don't need to tell people you're the boss. If, like,
but that's
you really...
the whole point
Yeah.
of a democratic, or a republic, country.
Right. Oh, Kim. Number 2, always... this made me giggle. All right, so anyone that knows English... You know about capitalization and or punctuation and all that kind of shit. Like,
Of course.
Countries or landmark. Well, yeah, I think landmarks. You always capitalize the first letter. Blah 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 blah. So the number 2 thing on this list: always write South Korea with a small s.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so South is in lowercase, and then Korea is capital K and then lowercase Orea. But yeah, I guess they're like, fuck you, South, like Southerners, whatever. Like
That's so fucking petty.
yeah, I know, right?
Okay, what's the next one?
All right, number 3, which is kind of stupid. I didn't really, but whatever, it was on the list. Don't call it the Hermit Kingdom. I guess because they're hidden away from the world, and yeah, whatever. Number 4, never refer to a leader without his proper name. So Kim Jong-un, Supreme Leader, dear respected. Kim Sung-tu, or the second, Eternal President, Great General. And Kim Jong the second, Chairman, dear leader. So like, you can't just say, oh, that's my buddy Kim Jong-un. You have to say, that's my buddy Kim Jong-un, Supreme Leader, dear respected. He's my buddy. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So now I feel like we have to attach titles to everybody. So Redleg, Supreme Overlord
Of radio.
Yeah, Supreme Overlord of Radio and Caretaker of Meat. I don't know. So that's what you got to call Redleg from now on. You can't just say Redleg because it's like a really like horrific thing to do. So Red Leg, supreme overlord of radio and caretaker of meat. All right, number 5 on the list. All right, so you got them lapel pins, like you get the American flag thing that everyone like,
Yes.
wears up on there. Well, you can't call them pins; they're badges.
Oh, so they kind of have a combat patch issue.
Well, I don't know, but it's a lapel
I'm just-
pin, but it's like it's not a pin, motherfucker. It's a badge. I don't know what the fucking difference is. I guess a badge. People relate to badges as something that's earned or something.
Like a seniority, senior. Now I can't talk.
Seniority?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Like a badge is represents something. A pin is just a fucking pin. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
mean shit. All right, number 6 says never mention the U.S. There is only hostile U.S. policy. So yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. I guess. Yeah, I guess
We
you
won't mention you guys anymore either for your hostile policies.
fucked up North Korea policies. And then number 7 is questions criticizing leaders will not be translated. Because, I mean, when you're a supreme leader and dear respected, I mean, who wants to learn different languages? Fuck that. Just use your translator. Fuck it, I'm the supreme leader, bitch. I want a fucking translator. Yeah. So, questions criticizing leaders will not be translated. So there's some 7 fun facts about North Korea. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Oh, I know. Speaking of, I guess, North Korea, South Korea, China, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I gotta find an article. I guess the president visited China.
Oh yeah, I seen that shit. They gave him the big fuck you, pretty much.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny, and they were all butthurt.
Yeah. So I'm assuming Mum's trying to find the article, but
Yes.
if you guys didn't hear about this, so Obama or our President Obama, Supreme Leader, I'm trying to come up with another name for him.
A dickhead works.
Wizard of Shitty Decisions. There you go. He went over to China, and as you guys always fucking see in presidents and world leaders, when they arrive in a country, they always come out of the front stairs, like by the cockpit, just like you'd normally fucking get off a plane. And I guess, I didn't read it because I've been busy, but they made him get off the back stairs, the shit by the fucking tail wing. I don't know if they already set the people up and stuff. Like, as soon as the bird stopped, they fucking threw the people to the back. I'm not too sure exactly. But apparently it's like a huge slap in the face. Yeah. And he, as always, blowing it off as if, it's nothing.
Well, I was watching, I guess, a clip. I forget what site it was, but they were going on. Well, next, if we knew this was going to happen, we wouldn't have landed or some shit like that until, they had the correct and proper stairs. And like that is like it's fucking childish. Like really?
Yeah, I know, right?
You're going to throw a shit fit because they didn't have the right steps. So if I was, China's leader and they threw a fit like that, well, we won't land. I'd be like, okay, good, go back home.
Yeah. Fucking access to airspace is denied, motherfucker. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, quit your bitching.
Yeah. I mean, I got it. There's traditions and ways you do things for dignitaries and shit. I guess called respect. But no one fucking respects Obama. Let's
they
just
don't.
be honest about it. No world leader respects him. And it's been painfully obvious time and time again. But at the end of the day, stairs are fucking stairs. I don't give a shit if they're made out of fucking gold. I don't care if it's a fucking straw slide. If it's a way to get the fuck off the bird, then just get the fuck off the bird. Like, what the fuck is the problem? You want someone to fucking carry you down the stairs?
Should have told him to tuck and roll.
Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, when it comes to greeting dignitaries, okay, I got it. But yeah, it's a fucking stairs, man. It's like, I don't understand this shit. It's so fucking petty.
It is petty. Like okay, I think with this entire week in news, related articles, all the shit that's been going on is fucking petty shit. It's all petty. Like, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, and this is making the news, and we're giving these idiots attention. It's ridiculous.
I know, right? Like, I know we were speaking before the show, and I said I didn't want to bring it up because, in my opinion, well, fuck it. In my opinion, the radio station's opinion, and the opinion of US Army WTF Moments, this female is a silly little girl. That's all she fucking is. But I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know. If you may have or may not have heard about this Navy chick that refuses to stand up for the national anthem until the country can, I guess, respect her as a black woman or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like, I looked at maybe a couple of lines, seen maybe 10 seconds of video, and turn that shit off. Because it's fucking pathetic. Like,
really?
It's
so she said that she is doing this and to get people to respect her as a black woman.
You know what, bitch? You earn your fucking respect as a person. That's
exactly.
If you're talking about a community or a race or some shit like that, and again, I still have fucking issues with that because nobody in this country, nobody inside the United States of America is oppressed. If you want to go see oppression, go to fucking North Korea. Go to Iraq or Afghanistan where fucking females are literally treated like pieces of shit. Go to these fucking other countries where you can see real fucking oppression. You, regardless of race, color, fucking religion, creed, origin, what the fuck ever, you make your own fucking choices and you design your own path in life. Some people have it easier than others. Some people have to constantly struggle through life to get what they want to get. Some people just fucking wake up in the morning and it's all given to them. That's just the luck of the draw. That is fucking life. No one in this country is oppressed. Yes, there are people that have issues. Yes, there is still racism that goes on in this country. Yes, the way the country works is fucked up because there's hundreds of thousands of homeless veterans. There's hundreds of thousands of homeless kids. There's a fucking drug epidemic. There's this, there's that. So there's everything going on in this fucking country, but nobody is fucking oppressed. So for one stupid little girl to come out and say, well, I'm not going to stand for the flag until the country learns to respect me as a black female. Get the fuck out of here. That's why I didn't pay any attention to it, because it's some stupid little girl just trying to get fucking attention. I hope the Navy fucking nails her ass and then kicks her the fuck out.
They're not going to.
No, of course not, because it's all fucking politics, because they're going to be scared now.
She'll scream, she'll file an EO complaint.
Oh, of course. But that's where peer pressure needs to come in.
Yep.
Man, fuck these people. I fucking hate this shit. Like fucking Colin Camperdick, whatever his fucking name is.
Oh, I like that name, Camperdick.
Like, it's fucking, it's stupid. Like, if you believe in a cause, then be productive towards that fucking cause. What, you don't think people are already aware of this stupid fucking thing that got created by Black Lives Matter? Like, is that why you refuse to stand for the flag? Because of the oppression? Like I said, there is no fucking oppression, you dumb motherfucker. But you know what? I'll give Nate Boyer his props. We had Nate Boyer on the show maybe about a month ago. And I had the honor of meeting the guy when I went to LA. He's a fucking great guy, real down to earth. And I guess he spoke to fucking Colin. I was like, hey, man, like, I get what you're doing. Whatever. It's your fucking right. But at least have a little bit of fucking respect. And instead of just sitting down, take a knee. So you're still proving your point and you're being respectful about it. Which, it's cool. And the guy actually fucking listened. So he still does have some brain cells. So, I mean, anyone has the right to protest or do whatever. But I do give him a couple of cool points for thinking logically about it and not outright saying, well, fuck you, and being a piece of shit like these other douchebags. He's kind of now, standing his ground, but being a little bit more respectful, which, I mean, I'm fine with. I mean, it is what it is. I still think his arguments are flawed. Like I said, there is no oppression. As far as I'm concerned, there's no oppression in this country. Yeah, there's still racism, but yeah, there's still homelessness, and yeah, there's still all kinds of shit that's fucked up with the country. But by going about it the way everyone's going about it isn't fucking doing anything. Like, if anything, it's just dividing people even more. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, I mean, if they want to, protest police brutality, start with your local government and start, trying to, I guess, have legislation for body cams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And instead of, using the spotlight of the national anthem, that's not going to, you're just pissing more people off.
Yeah, and it doesn't fucking achieve anything. Like, all you're doing is making a statement. That is it. You're not fucking doing anything at all. Like, nothing.
Where was I going to go on that note? Like, with the whole, the take a knee thing and protesting, I'm pretty sure everybody's heard. I guess, and it's not a definite thing, but rumors been going around that the Seahawks are planning some sort of national anthem protest on 9/11.
You know what I would do? All right, so I'm not a football fan whatsoever. I don't watch the game. I have watched it. Like, if it's on and there's nothing else on, maybe I'll fucking watch it. If I'm around Buddy's house and it's on, I'll watch it. But I won't go out my way to fucking watch it or anything like that. But it's just, everyone needs to boycott it. Like, if the Seahawks do, the entire team takes a knee, especially on September 11th, for everyone that is so up in arms about all this bullshit, how about you boycott the NFL completely? Like, don't watch any of their games. And when the entire country, or most of the country, half of the country even, doesn't watch any NFL games, then it's going to hit them in their pockets. Then they'll be forced to do something. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hey guys, how's it going? And my name's Sam.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Another beautiful thing. I want to touch on exactly what you were just talking about Kaepernick, not so much the Seahawks. I mean, that too, but again, that's all I see on Facebook now. Stuff about Kaepernick. It's kind of getting annoying. I mean, at the same time, you touched the point. He wasn't a complete idiot about it. I didn't agree with anything he said at all. But I look at it this way. It's kind of like the female who's in the Navy. Why in the fuck would you take an oath to protect a flag that you hate so much?
Right.
Because when we take an oath to protect this country. That flag represents the freedom that soldiers have paid the ultimate price for and dying. So why
That's an excellent point.
Why would you take an oath and swear into the fucking military to die and protect this flag when you hate it so much? If this nation's so shitty, to Kaepernick, to the Seahawks, to her, if it's so shitty, like you said, go to a third world country where when you're a female, you can't even wear anything but a fucking burqa and a mask. If you don't wear that shit, your husband will beat you until you fucking die. And guess what? When he beats you until you die, no one's going to give a fuck over there. Because that's how shit goes over there. People don't realize how truly free they are over here, and they decide to act like complete assholes and make the country look bad. I mean, a lot of it is the media. They like to play and bracing people because for ratings and for money. If it sounds good to them, they don't care if it starts shit with people. The reason this country is not divided is not because of the people. It's because the media likes to divide us, and we as people, I can't say we because I'm not a fucking idiot, but most of the people in this fucking country are so stupid, they just buy into the propaganda. Like, oh, well, this is what's being said about Colin Kaepernick. I guess I should start running my mouth rather than worrying about how to fix this nation and become a better nation. I'm just going to go bitch about some fucking football player who, guess what? Your bitching ain't going to matter. He ain't going to hear it. And if he does hear it, guess what? He has $19 million a year while he ain't going to give a fuck what you say.
Yep.
He's a piece of shit. just like all the Seahawks players. They want to be pieces of shit, and for their coach, allowing that type of shit to happen is disrespectful. Like Mike Krzyzewski, coach of the USA basketball team, he said, I didn't care about winning the gold. When the national anthem played, the most respectful thing and the most honorable thing was the fact that I got to represent my country. Coming from someone who's had a ton of success in the sports world, for someone to say that, I mean, that should open the eyes of multiple athletes. You're being paid to play something that people would give a left testicle to play and do for a living. And you want to disrespect the same people who are making millions of dollars less than you fighting in the country? Be real. As an E4, E3 going to Afghanistan, you're coming home with like $40,000 fucking dollars, and that to us is a lot of money. These dudes get paid $19 million a year to throw a fucking football that people die for.
Yep.
That's the disrespectful part about this whole entire topic. And like I want to hit again real quick. If you make an oath to want to defend this flag and fight for it, quit bitching and saying it's making you oppressed. If you have that much of a problem, get your ass chaptered the fuck out of the military and don't fight for this flag. I mean, I'm being chaptered out soon. It's not my choice. The military broke me. If I could, I'd be going to Afghanistan next February fighting right by my brothers, but I can't. And for someone to talk like that who has the will to stay in the military, it's fucking disgusting.
It is, and that's why I call her a silly little fucking girl, because that's all she is. There's no basis for what she's saying. Like I said, I didn't watch the fucking video because I watched maybe 5 seconds of it, and I couldn't do it. I mean, it's pathetic. You brought up a point about athletes respecting the flag and the country and shit, which reminded me of a guy during the Olympics. He's the fastest man in the world. I can't remember if he still is. But
Usain Bolt.
Yeah, Bolt. He's from Jamaica. He's a fucking Jamaican citizen. He's got nothing to do with the U.S. But he was giving an interview, and the U.S. national anthem started playing. He stopped his interview to turn around and fucking stand there while the national anthem played. And once it was done, then he turned back and carried on with the interview. So if a person from another country has enough respect to stop what they're doing, which obviously helps him, so he stops that shit to pay respect to the national anthem. Like, what the fuck is going on with these people in this country? I don't understand it.
Well,
go ahead. I apologize.
Well, I was going to say, it's the Seahawks doing what they're doing. Out of all days, why are they doing it on September 11th?
That's another thing.
Again, they try to make points on stupid shit. The tap on the point you were making, I mean, you got to look at it this way. When you have people who are supposed to be role models, such as NFL quarterbacks, fucking making a statement like this, how do you think people are going to act? Like, I tried to hit it on bets with one of my friends. My friend talked to me about it, and he goes, well, it's his freedom of speech. I go, you're right. He does have freedom of speech. The thing is how dare you disrespect something you didn't fight for at all? You never wore that on your arm before. You never worked to get that flag. Like, I guess us as brothers, we do things differently than other people do, and it's an understandable statement. But at the end of the day, like you said, on September 11th, I mean, there was a Coke thing in Walmart or something. I can't remember what store, but they made a
Walmart.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Walmart. Yeah, I seen that. They made like a fucking tribute out of like Coke cans to September 11th. People are just outraged about it. Like,
Yeah,
did you forget? Did you forget when our towers fell? Did you forget how that shit literally felt watching our own nation being attacked? And yet you forgot that fast? It hasn't even been that long. It's been, what, 15 years now?
Yeah.
15th anniversary is September 11th, and you forgot about that already? The thing is, Marcus Luttrell did a video at the Republican convention, and he talked, and it was from his heart. He's like, I don't like reading this teleprompter shit. I'm just going to speak from my heart. And he said, I challenge you, people who didn't hate, but talk about the country the way you do, to go and fight for it. Because guess what? This generation's war is now here. It's not even at the own soils of other countries. It's at our own soil.
Yeah.
We're fighting a war at home now. We're not fighting a war overseas. And that's what's so sad, that people don't see that. They're too busy with, oh, I'm black, I deserve this, or I'm white, I deserve this. It's not just black people. Multiple races are doing it. Now that black
Well-
people are like, well, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter. How about everyone's lives fucking matter? We're all fucking Americans. We're supposed to come together as one. We're the United States, not the divided states. And
Well-
that's really what's starting to kill this country.
On that note, like, with them, I guess, the rumor of them, protesting on 9/11, like, people of all races died that day. And when that happened, we did come together as Americans. Like, there was, and you just said, why aren't we, all lives matter? At that point, all lives did matter. Everybody, we were hugging each other, we were helping each other out, and now we have this where it's, poor me.
Because
It's just sad. It's just sad that it takes a natural disaster and a terrorist attack on our own country like that for us to come together. That is
It is
pathetic.
sad.
well,
That's
it's
sad
human
that
nature.
Thousands of us have to die for
It's-
us to come together.
It's human nature, and I've said it a number of times in the past. No one cares, no one gives a shit unless something directly affects them. Now, September
Correct.
11th, when that shit happened, everyone came together as a nation. Some, not all, not everyone, again, speaking generally, shortly after, with a couple of months or maybe even a year, forgot about the whole thing and don't give a shit. And when I say I don't give a shit, I mean it doesn't bother them, so they don't actively do anything. They whatever. It's just another day, because they were never truly affected by it. So why should they care? And that goes for human nature, just all round. America, generally speaking, before the whole 9/11 thing, America didn't give a shit about terrorism and stuff. No one gave a fuck. The IRA used to bomb certain parts of England all the fucking time. And they were primarily funded by groups in the United States. Then once September 11th happened, and George Bush was like, fuck terrorism, if you're a terrorist, we will get you. The IRA stopped completely. Like, there hasn't been a fucking terroristic act from the IRA in 15 years because they're no longer funded by groups within the US because, they're going to get fucked up if they do.
Well, and that's just the thing. Like, I'm in uniform, so I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm getting out, so I really don't give a fuck. The problem is it all starts with our commander-in-chief, if you want the honest
Yes.
truth.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at George W. Bush, even though George W. Bush, good guy, great guy, loved our troops, wasn't the smartest people, all right? The smartest person, we all can admit that. But he cared about this country. He didn't let anyone fuck with us. If they fucked with us, we fucked them up. That's the way it went. See, the thing people don't get is no one's afraid of the United States anymore. They think we're a bunch of pussies now.
Right.
And what needs to happen is we need to instill that fear back into those countries that want to keep fucking with us now. That's the problem. We have not used our brute force, which we've had to use before, to let people know. Look at Japan. Perfect example. They bombed Pearl Harbor. We fucked them up. We've never heard of peace from those motherfuckers ever again. Guess what? You fuck a country up bad enough, they're not going to fuck with you anymore because they know the next time that you do, they're going to get another loop planted stiffly up their ass, but this time 10 times worse. That's the problem, is we're looked at, even as a military. We have one of the most elite militaries in the world, if not the most elite. And the problem is people think we're a fucking joke. Like, I told my squad leader multiple times, I'm like, and being in the infantry like I am, it's hard for us to be taken seriously when you keep us on a chain all the time. Let us off our chain. Let us go fuck them up. Because when we fuck them up bad enough, they're going to know not to fuck with us ever again. And that's the problem. This whole entire country, excuse my language, is a bunch of fucking pussies.
It's
Don't worry
politics,
about your
man.
language.
It's politics.
They're fucking pussies.
The
They're pussies.
the
This whole
mentality
country is built off of weak-boned pussies.
the mentality of society changes the way politicians act and the policies that they push out. Because essentially they're only in office because they're doing what people want them to do. So they're going to continue to appease the general population and go whichever way they think is going to keep them in their job the longest. Because otherwise it's fucking career suicide. And who actually wants to fucking kill their own career? Nobody. No one wants to do it on purpose. So these politicians appease the mass majority of society. And because of that, you have what we have fucking today, which is a weak fucking military, a fucked up society, schools all jacked up. It's gone crazy. And you need someone that says, you know what, I don't give a fuck. This is what's happening. This is the changes that's being made. And if you don't fucking like it, then get the fuck out. That's simple. And until that day happens, nothing's going to change. If anything, it will get worse.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, I have a question. At the same time, the question becomes a challenge. Like, when will we open our eyes as a people? Not as just a country, as a people. When will we open our eyes to the truth of everything that's going on? And on that same note, I challenge people to open your eyes, start seeing everything for what it is. Quit seeing things for the way you want to see it and see it for the fucking truth. Not just the racism, but everything that happens that just tries to drive a wedge in between us as people and as a family and as a nation. I challenge people to open their eyes and see the truth of that, because the problem is that people are so afraid of seeing what the truth is, they'll deny it. They'll cover it up with anything they can to deny the truth. The truth of the matter is this, is these politicians that people fucking vote for, it makes me not even want to vote, to be honest. These politicians, they drive a wedge in society. I mean, I like Trump. I like some of his ideas, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, every politician is corrupt. Almost to every facet of their life is corrupt.
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump, he may be better right now than what we have. No doubt about it. It's not hard to be better than a fucking retard. All right? It's not hard. We could put a monkey in the office that has Down syndrome, and that motherfucker could do a better job than this president. That's the honest truth right there. The fact of the matter is this, is Donald Trump, as a person, he doesn't play shit. Okay? That's one thing I like about him. He says the way it is. You don't like it, he don't give a fuck. That's the way it needs to be. That's the way the country needs to be. Guess what? Again, people don't take us as a powerhouse anymore. They're not afraid of us. Donald Trump gets in office. I'm telling people this now. I'm getting out soon, like I said, but we will be going to war a lot. And we will be killing a lot.
My only concern...
Talk shit.
My only concern about Trump is, as a politician or as a leader, any type of leader, there are times where you need to show some kind of diplomacy. And I don't know if Trump has that. I mean, the guy's a fucking billionaire, and you know, the amount of fucking companies he's had and all that kind of shit.
That's why he has a vice president, someone who's good in politics.
Right.
You kind of try to walk him through that gate of, hey, all right, let's not poke the fucking bull right now. Let's
and that's why he has a cabinet, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I look at Trump that way. Yeah, he does and says dumb shit, but at the same time, I mean, look at Reagan when he first initially became president. He was a little bit loose in the mouth. He was an actor when he came in, had no politics background at all. And it's the same way with Trump. I mean, I'm kind of comparing the two. I don't want to say he's Reagan because no one will ever be Reagan. But at the same time, Donald Trump could bring that same demeanor as a president to the office, what we need. Like, I try telling people, all my friends that are joining, I'm like, you guys, if Trump gets in office, you're going to go to war a lot.
Right.
Because Trump's not going to play this. And the one thing Trump said and he needs to do, we are not the world fucking police. We need to quit going over and cleaning up other people's shit. They want to kill themselves, fucking go at it. Kill yourself. We shouldn't be killing ourselves for people who aren't even going to fucking help us in the long run. Like the whole Afghanistan-Iraq thing, let them fuck each other up. We went over there, guess what? If they start coming at us, that's when we'll fuck them up.
Yep.
We need to,
I'm
not saying get out of those areas, but at the same time, I mean, know our place as a nation as well. Don't just jump into some stupid shit for no fucking reason. If North Korea wants to go to war, we'll smack those little fuckers like we did back in the day. We can do it again. If they didn't learn the lesson the first time, they'll sure as fuck learn it this time, because more of them will die than they did last time. And if Iraq and Afghanistan want to keep doing this, we can fuck them up too. We've done it already. What people don't get in this world, and other countries that aren't afraid of us anymore, what they don't get is we have fucked them up before. And the thing is, we fucked them up with a president who wasn't as gung-ho to fuck them up. Trump gets in office, we're not just going to fuck a country up. We're probably going to take the shit over.
Yeah, well,
that's what they don't get.
We'll see. I mean, America definitely has to reevaluate where it stands in the world, and if it wants to be a shot caller again or not. And I mean, only time will tell. We're going to have to see what happens. But I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you very much. It was good talking to you.
You too, man. Hope you guys have a great day today.
All right, thanks.
You
You
too.
too, man.
Bye.
So, as you guys know, we do the Friday safety brief every Friday, and I kind of give you guys a preview of it. You guys kind of get the first look of the Friday safety brief for chilling out and doing, watching and listening to Liquid Lunch. So I got a special safety brief this week.
Oh.
Yeah, man, I was up until 3 o'clock this morning sorting all this shit out. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of taking a music break, I'm gonna play a little red leg thing, and then I'll play you guys the Friday safety brief. So
Nice.
yeah, here's Red Leg. Red Leg's got a message for you guys.
Hello, I'm Redleg. In the 18 months since WTF Nation Radio first went on the air, we've grown far quicker than I'd ever anticipated. In fact, we've outgrown our current staff's capabilities, and some of them have threatened to quit if I don't get them some help. No, dude. No, okay, listen. Okay, no, I'll get you some help, just don't quit. Hello? I've been told that we need help in the social media department. We have a social media department? In order to continue to grow as a radio station. That's not that I don't know how to do it, I just don't have time. F-A-C-D-B. Twitter? What the f? You see, my duties as station manager require me to dedicate my time elsewhere. No, I don't want to upgrade to triple play. I just want my internet to work. I need to speak to your supervisor. What's your name? Keith? Keith? You can barely speak English. Keith? What the f? I've also been told that we need to expand our audio production capabilities. Again, it's not that I don't know how to do audio production. I just don't have time. This looks good. Ah! If you're interested in joining the WTF Nation Radio team, head over to WTFNationRadio.com, click on Contact Us, and then click on Join Our Team. We're looking forward to working with you. Thank you for your interest in WTF Nation Radio.
All right, guys, there you go. There's a Red Leg's message for you. So if you're interested in joining the team, regardless of what position it is, then head on over to the website, WTFNationRadio.com. Go to Contact Us and join the team, and fill out a little form there. So from what I get right now, we're not looking for any on-air staff, unless you're like a super duper like radio host type person. You got like crazy experience and shit. And you're better than me, which isn't hard at all. So yeah. So we're looking for like social media, audio production. What else are we looking for? Like and everything and anything really, everything and anything. So if you guys have experience in stuff, and you would like to be a member of the team and get paid a whopping $0 amounts of dollars, then yeah.
This is the highest paying job I've ever had.
Damn.
You know?
You know, it may not be the highest paying job I've had, but it's close to one of the most satisfactory jobs. Like the
Yeah.
you know, the satisfaction you get out of it, and the fucking get up and go, and the motivation and all that kind of shit. So it's
Well,
definitely.
I guess with all of us, you know, that the money doesn't matter. We're doing this from our hearts, and you, I mean, that's, you gotta be motivated to do this from your heart.
Oh yeah, man. There's many days I'm like, fuck, and I got to motivate myself. And then as soon as I start doing the show prep, I'm fucking motivated. Like I want to put so much more into it, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. But yeah, it's a lot of work doing this shit. Whether you're a host, whether you're behind the scenes, everyone puts an insane amount of time and energy into their position, and no one gets compensated for it. Well, no one gets paid for it. the compensation comes when
Our listeners.
yeah, from you guys. We had a message the other day. I don't have it handy, but someone had said they look forward to listening to the show every day because over the past few months, it's helped them, get through life. And that right there is the reason all of us do it. Like, that is our payment right there. So, I mean, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Yeah, and I guess without us, you guys wouldn't be able to Charlie Mike. So it's a team thing here. So thank each and every one of you for joining us and being part of this. But anyway, onwards and upwards. So I got the Friday safety brief, ready. So yeah, you guys get first dibs on it. It's kind of different than what you're used to, and I'm pretty sure you know why. So it kind of goes on for, I think, about 8 minutes, but it's well worth it. It's probably like the best safety brief ever. Kinda. So,
Kinda.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Check this out, and we'll be back in a moment. What's up, nation? I'm Pi, and this is when I normally give you the Friday safety brief. But this Sunday marks the 15th anniversary of the attacks on the World Trade Center in New York. That day, September 11th, 2001, was a day that changed every American's life, some more than others. By the end of the day, 2,993 people were killed, including 343 firefighters, 60 police officers, 8 paramedics, and more than 6,000 people injured. I came to the United States of America in 2003. A couple of years later, when I was able to join the US Army, I did. And I did so knowing full well that I would probably be deployed to Iraq. And I was. I deployed to Iraq once and Afghanistan twice. A lot of our brothers and sisters that joined around that time done so because they wanted to be a part of the retribution for the attacks on September 11th. The point I'm trying to make is before you go out this weekend and do something stupid, stop, take a step back, and think if your actions are going to have a direct impact on you or the people around you, whether you know them or not. The attacks on September 11th didn't only affect the victims of the attack. It affected family members, friends, and even people that didn't know anybody in New York or Pennsylvania or the Pentagon. Raise a glass for the victims, their families, and their friends. Raise another glass for all the heroes among us and the ones that also paid the ultimate sacrifice, who are also the people that run towards the danger while other people are running away from it. So, this weekend, think about your actions. Take a moment to think about the people that changed our lives forever.
We just had a plane crash into level 4 of the World Trade Center. The tower number 1 is on fire. The whole outside of the building was just a huge explosion.
A twin-engine plane, or possibly a 737 passenger jet, flying into the World Trade Center. It appears to be still embedded inside the building.
Was whispering in my ear, a second plane has hit the second tower. America is under attack.
Engine 1 out, World Trade Center, 1060. Send every available ambulance, everything you got to World Trade Center now.
You saw a
Yes,
plane?
I just saw a plane go into the building.
Another plane hit the second tower, okay?
People are jumping out the windows. Over there, they're jumping out the windows, I guess, because they're trying to save themselves. I don't know.
There have been attacks in 2 American cities, New York and in Washington. The trade centers here in New York have been hit by airplanes. In Washington, there is a large fire at the Pentagon. The Pentagon has been evacuated. And there, as you can see, perhaps the second tower, the front tower, the top portion of which is collapsing.
The other tower just collapsed. Ready to collapse. Ready to collapse.
There are no words.
Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed.
America today is on bended knee in prayer for the people whose lives were lost here, for the workers who work here, for the families who mourn. This nation stands with the good people of New York City as we mourn the loss of thousands of our citizens. I can hear you! I can hear you, the rest of the world hears you, and the people who knocked these buildings down will hear all of us soon. Thank you for making the nation proud, and may God bless America.
So there you go, boys and girls. That's this week's Friday Safety Brief. I watched that a number of times last night when I was kind of going through and putting the video together and all that kind of stuff. And each and every time, I don't know if you can see it, but I got goosebumps, whatever.
I had tears in my eyes.
Yeah, it's it's powerful. So that, as always, will go live on US Army WTF Moments at 1700 Eastern, 5 p.m. today, Eastern. So normally I put together the Friday Safety Brief and I put it up on the WTF Nation Radio YouTube page. But it doesn't get as much exposure just because of Facebook algorithms and all that kind of stuff. So normally I put it on the YouTube channel to give the channel some exposure. This week, it's not about me. It's not about the station. It's not about US Army WTF Moments. So I uploaded it directly to Facebook. And because it's a Facebook video and the way Facebook algorithms are set up, organically, it will reach more people than anything else that's put on Facebook. Because it's a Facebook video, that will reach more than a Facebook picture or a Facebook post. So, like I said, it'll go live in US Army WTF Moments today at 5 p.m. Eastern. So when it does go up, share the shit out of it, if for no other reason than to remind people that 15 years ago on Sunday, we came together regardless of race, color, religion, opinions, views, and we need to keep doing that instead of this stupid fucking divide that we're creating. We need to unify each other, and by doing that, that is the best way we can solve our problems.
Not, doing, protesting during the national anthem.
Right.
Or that's solving nothing.
Yeah.
Any of these protests have solved nothing.
Yeah, and it will continue to solve nothing. But as I said in the safety brief, this Sunday, make sure you raise a glass, even if you don't drink, and get a glass of orange or some shit. But raise a glass for the people, 2,996 people that died in the attacks. 343 firefighters, 60 police officers, 8 paramedics, and more than 6,000 people were injured. And
those firefighters and medics and police officers, they ran into danger.
Yeah, like I said in the safety brief, once you have a toast for all the men and women that died on that day, raise another glass for the heroes among us and the heroes that are no longer among us, because they are the ones that always run towards danger when others run away from it. And in my book, that is the defining fact or feature of a hero. Someone that disregards their personal safety to run towards danger in order to help others. So, shots.
Shots.
Yeah, there you go. It's kind of got me all weirded out now. Yeah, the feels. Yeah, there you go. But I know just before we done the whole safety brief thing, we had hold on, before I go any further, WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hey, Pi, it's Freeman.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, man, I've been driving around listening to that, and I got to tell you, buddy, that hit me right in the feels. Good job.
Well, thanks, man. I mean, it's, yeah. But, yeah, it's, I kind of wanted it to make an impact, a statement, and try and bring back some type of feeling of, where everyone was. The day started out like any other fucking day, just like every day does, until something happens, and to kind of bring back the emotions and then for everyone to kind of take a step back and think about what they're doing in life and and the fucked up shit that's going on, and how it all needs to be changed, and we need to come together.
We definitely need some unity and some national pride back, and that's the biggest thing that I pray for every day, is that we get back to a country that's one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think anything is going to change until that happens.
Well, it's got to start somewhere, brother, and that was a hell of a start you put on the radio.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All righty. You have a good day, man.
You too.
Yeah. So, yeah. Kind of lost track where I was going now. Oh, yeah. Sam, we had a caller before the Friday Safety Brief, and he kind of mentioned a topic that I wanted to talk about because it relates to September 11th. So Walmart, as Walmart does, they put on displays of, beer cans and boxes and whatever, but they are under fire for using packages of soda cans. So it's not even beer cans this time, it's soda cans. As a tribute to 9/11, ahead of the 15th anniversary of the terrorist attacks against the US. A Florida Walmart arranged the packages to look like the Twin Towers. We stopped and stared at it like, oh my God, Richard told BuzzFeed News, which first reported on the display. Nobody seemed to be noticing it. It wasn't very crowded, and I got the feeling that it had just been assembled. So we took some pictures and went on our way. A printed sign hung over the display, advertising Walmart's rollback prices for the soft drinks. Another sign hanging above the display read, "We will never forget," with a photo of the Twin Towers and the logos for Walmart and Coca-Cola. All of the sodas that were part of the display were Coca-Cola products. Walmart told Business Insider that the display was removed Wednesday afternoon. Coca-Cola did not immediately respond to a request for comments. The display was criticized on Twitter as insensitive and exploitive. I'm trying to look through some of the comments.
The Twitter comments?
Yeah. This is ridiculous. Take it down. Oh, man. They have got to be kidding. Is that real? Dear God, tell me it isn't. Like, what the fuck is the problem? I don't see the problem in that.
I think the issue is because Walmart's having a sale on soda, and they did the display, and they've got the rollback price on top. First of all, get the fuck over it. This is not offensive at all compared to what the fucking douchebags are doing during, the opening ceremonies for their football games. If you're more offended over this than that, your fucking priorities are wrong. Second, how is this any different than them doing a display for, on Veterans Day or Memorial Day, and then having their price tag or their whatever the fuck you want to call it, above it?
Exactly.
Like, how is this any fucking different? Get the fuck over it.
I don't go into Walmart a lot, but when I do go into Walmart, this is one thing I always look for. I always look for their funky displays. I've seen battleships. I've seen tanks. Yeah, I've seen all kinds of shit, and I think it's fucking cool because it's a piece of art. It's great to see how they can come up with this shit. Like, I think it's great. So for a September 11th, for lack of better words, memorial, I think this is awesome. I don't give a fuck if they got a price up there or not. I don't give a shit. Like, if they didn't have a price, you're going to have a bunch of fucking dumbasses bitch and moan saying, oh, you didn't have a price there. I don't know how much it costs. Like, get the fuck... So fucking what? It's a store. You don't like it, and don't fucking go there. But guess what? 2 weeks from now, you're going to go back to Walmart because you're going to get fucking bitch about something else. It's a fucking display honoring them. I'm pretty sure if they didn't do something like this, then there were going to be people that said, hey, Walmart didn't do anything. What the fuck, Walmart?
Yeah. The only way I would ever find this offensive is if they went into the toy aisle and got a few little, toy planes, and they were hovering around the Twin Towers. So that would be funny, not funny, fucked up.
Right.
So I don't, just whoever bitched about this, whoever's bitching about it, get the fuck over it. get the fuck over yourself. And then if you, honestly, there's people that are bitching about it. We can do squares, and I bet they're not going to go to any ceremony or do anything to honor those that died on that day.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. Like I said before, if it doesn't directly affect you, generally speaking, people don't give a fuck.
And how is this directly affecting people? It's not.
No, it's not. I mean, I guess they feel some sense of
entitlement.
Well, pride, or they feel an attachment to September 11th, and they want to bitch about it because it hurts their feelings. Where I would say, for the most part, again, generally speaking, these people had no connection to September 11th apart from the fact they were American and, it happened. I don't see a fucking problem with it whatsoever. Fucking ridiculous.
I mean, people get their panties in a lot over the dumbest shit.
Yep. And it's getting fucking worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I remember the days when something like this would go up or happen, and people would complain, and you know what they'd get told? Get the fuck over it. Don't like it? Don't come in here. Whatever. Like,
put your big girl panties on.
Yeah. 1, 2, 20, 100 people not going to Walmart isn't going to fucking affect the business. You don't like it? Go fucking shop somewhere else. Simple as that. I don't fucking understand it. Don't understand it. But, yeah. Fucking ridiculous.
I was trying to think what else happened in the news while you were gone.
I found something that happened, which...
Oh.
It does, but doesn't surprise me. Get this shit for irony. Fucking hilarious. So, I didn't actually catch on to this until I kind of read partway through the article, and then I had that light bulb thing, like, ding! Wait a minute. Like, isn't this exactly what these fuck nuggets are fighting against? And I just couldn't read anymore. I thought it was junk. So, man, this is coming from dailycaller.com. Mm-hmm. And it says, taxpayer-funded California University offers segregated black-only housing.
Wow.
Yeah. So, doesn't, doesn't
it defeat what Martin Luther King, died for?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not history buff. I mean, isn't that what Abraham Lincoln essentially got shot for?
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, my history's all fucked up. So what do I know?
Lincoln, was part of the Civil War, which freed the slaves,
right.
And of course there was other conflicts within the Civil War, and then of course Martin Luther King, he fought for equality for everybody, not just black people. Nope. To stop segregation, and here these dumb fucktards.
Yep.
Are segregating themselves. They're bringing it upon themselves,
Fucking
and they're blaming it on us.
You know what's going to happen, right? This is what's going to happen, and I'll get to the article in a second, guys. But this is what's going to happen. So they're going to go ahead and do this fucking segregated black-only housing, and then, a year, 2 years from now, when no one gives a fuck and says, all right, you want to fucking segregate yourself? Go fucking do it, you dumbasses. And then when that happens, and 2 years from now, they're going to turn around and say, oh, well, you pushed us all into this black housing fucking only thing, and now we're not afforded the same opportunities as blah, blah, blah. That's exactly where this is going to go. I guarantee it.
Well, we keep giving that. We keep,
Well, here's the thing. No one should be given anything based off of their fucking color, religion, whatever. Everybody should be afforded the exact fucking same. Fuck your black-only schools. Fuck your black-only housing. Fuck your Muslim-only housing. Fuck your Catholic-only housing. Fuck all of that bullshit. Like, if you want to be fucking separate, then go live in the middle of fucking nowhere and be separate. You want equal rights and equal shit, then shut up your fucking bitching and moaning and go work for it just like everyone else.
Well, and I'm going to bring this up. I know a while ago, Trump was, and it's kind of related, there was a lawsuit saying, I guess, one of his properties where, they would have tenants and they were writing C on the paper for colored people. Like, how is, if they want to bitch about Trump doing that, like, how is this okay?
Robert in Facebook Live says, my brother is at UC Irvine, and they have segregated study rooms because of microaggression.
Why? How is there microaggression on a college campus?
Because they make it from themselves. It's fucking stupid. But here's the article. It says, California State University, Los Angeles, has debuted segregated housing available to students who identify as Black African American. And let me stop there for a second. So why can't I get white-only housing where there's no Asians or anything? Would that be racism? Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. So having black only is not racist? Is it protecting? Anyway, fuck it. The Halsey Scholars Black Living Learning Community has opened approximately 9 months after the CSULA Black Student Union issued a list of demands, of course they're fucking demands, to the university, including a black student-only living space with a full-time resident director who can cater to the needs of black students. The list of demands state many black CSLA students cannot afford to live in the Alhambra or the surrounding area with the high prices for rent. A CSLA housing space delegated for black students would provide a cheaper alternative housing solution for black students. This space would also serve as a safe space for black students to congregate, connect, and learn from each other. Get the fuck out of here. So what makes you so special because you're black that you deserve a separate fucking living space, whereas white, Asian, fucking blah, 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 whatever fucking dudes don't have the same fucking thing?
This is just as ridiculous as the whole bathroom thing.
Oh, of course it is. An email to the College Fix, CSULA spokesperson Robert Lopez described the living space as a community that focuses on academic excellence and learning experiences that are inclusive and non-discriminatory. Well, straight away it's fucking discriminatory, you dumb piece of shit. The housing services claim the black students' living community is designed to enhance the residential experience for students who are a part of or interested in issues of concern to the black community living on campus by offering the opportunity to connect with faculty and peers and engage in programs that focus on academic success, cultural awareness, and civic engagement. The Black Student Union posted to Instagram celebrating the segregated student living option, calling it an achievement that is long overdue but well deserved. This is fucking pathetic. So for years and years and years and years and years and years and years, the black race fights to get rid of oppression and slavery and segregation and all that other kind of shit. And right here in the 34th century, they just want to fucking go back to that shit. But is it they only want segregation on their fucking terms? They want equality. They don't want to be oppressed. They want just as much, if not more, rights than anyone else, especially the white man. But they want to segregate themselves when it suits them.
Now, can you reread something? It was something about opportunity to afford opportunity for, I guess, a better experience. Is that what that said?
It says the CSULA Housing Services claims the black student living community, and I quote, is designed to enhance the residential experience for students who are a part of or interested in issues of concern to the black community living on campus by offering the opportunity to connect with faculty and peers.
How in the fuck is this enhancing their experience?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's not. It's not. You know,
I mean, the college. I mean, back to the whole unity thing. That they quote unquote preach. Like, how is this? This is not unity at all.
If I was a California resident, I would right now sue the state and the college.
Yeah, because of your tax dollars.
Yeah, for discrimination, right there. It's not only racism, it's discrimination, and they also what's the word? They're also approving. I can't think of the word now. But they're approving that whole fucking racism, segregation type fucking thing that everyone fought so hard for, like civil rights shit.
I had a little birdie in my ear, message me something, and it seems like that history will be titled to make it appear that white people are, the ones responsible, that made the school segregated and making shit worse. Like, it's just...
Oh, probably, yeah.
They're changing history.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And that's one thing I've noticed about American history, and it's weird because... all right, so when I grew up, when I was in school, I don't remember, we may have, but I don't remember being taught anything about American history. I remember, like, all the fucking Tudor times and all that shit, going all the way back to fucking, like 1066, the Saxon War, and like fucking all kinds of shit. So I know we got taught about the Vikings. Like we got taught world history, but I don't remember being taught anything about America. So I'm pretty solid, or I was pretty solid on world history, major events, and all that kind of shit. When I only started looking into American history when I came to America. And those, even though America's been, I guess, alive for a short period of time compared to the rest of the world, it has some major points within its history. America has changed the way the world works because of some of the major things that has happened. But if you start looking back on history, on what actually happened, and you go throughout the years, American history changes as society changes. So depending on what society is doing nowadays will have a direct impact on what type of history happened in the past. Like, the event will kind of stay the same, but the views and the outcome of that event, that will change. So history is always obscured because social input, it makes it that way. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hey, Pi. So I'm reading about your black people. I'm listening to it. It's kind of fucked up because they're doing all this shit, but what about the other races? You don't see us popping out and saying, hey, what about us? We don't make a big deal. And they are, which is really fucked up because I'm half Korean. I'm half white. I work for my shit. They're asking for handouts, which is pretty fucked up because how many Koreans, whites, other races do you see saying, hey, I need something handed out? You don't.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. I
mean, every race is, or ethnicity or whatever is guilty of saying that they want their handout. But yeah, you're right about, you don't see Asian students. Oh, we want our own housing. You don't see, Latino students saying, oh shit, we need our own housing.
Yeah.
So
and the really messed up thing is, like, I see a lot of illegals here. Yes, they're illegals, but they're doing the work that nobody else wants to do.
Right.
Like, go out to the farms, pick stuff, and everything else. And it's like, we're asking for handouts, and it's ridiculous.
I've spoke about that on a couple of shows before. Here in the U.S., everyone looks at Mexicans as, the immigration problem. Back in the U.K., a lot of people look at Pakistani or Africans as an immigration problem. Mm-hmm. Well, when I was growing up, at least, I know that's kind of changed to fucking Eastern Europeans and stuff now. But and there's a huge difference. But the Pakistanis and the Africans, they may have been an immigration problem, but they would be willing to do whatever job they could get. If that was a trash man, if that was a fucking toilet cleaner, whatever fucking job that they could get, they would fucking do it. And they would work their nuts off. The same as generally Mexicans over here. They come over, they may be illegal, but they do whatever job they can get, and they work their nuts off. People bitch and moan that these people take their American jobs. No, they don't. They take the jobs that you entitled pieces of shit don't want to do because you think you're above them jobs. That's why people are needed for them jobs, because no one's taking them because you think you're entitled to something. And then you get into, you know, these fucking groups, and like you said, Mom, each group or race or whatever has their fucking trashy ass type people that want and think they're owed shit. But it's I don't know if it's becoming more prominent and it is the way it is, or if it's just because of the whole media type thing. But you're starting to see more and more groups within the black community that are now, hey, we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. So I don't know, like.
Well, I don't know if you saw the comment I posted was, I think they should make a law where everybody in the United States serves in the military service, because I know when I was in Korea, my cousin served in the military. Females don't have to, but they have that choice, and there's like a small percentage that does. Over in Korea, they're so grateful for what they have. Even if they work like the shittiest jobs, they don't care because they're so grateful for their country. People over here do not understand the freedom that all the service members, even the police and the ambulance and everybody else that does the service for this country do. So, right. They're little ungrateful, sorry for my language, bitches. They're fucking ungrateful bitches. I signed my life away saying, hey, I want to serve this country. I want to give my part. I want to do this because you guys gave me somewhere to live because of my freedom. Fuck that. They should get off their fucking lazy asses and fucking serve the country. See what it's like. Then start saying, oh, I could be ungrateful for this, which you probably won't, because you'll see in different eyes of what all the service members that raised their hand, took the fucking oath, and said, I will serve my country. Because my fiance is about to get deployed, and he's saying, this is bullshit. I'm serving my country, and you guys are treating it like crap. It's like, why stand behind you guys when you're treating my own country like crap?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and you know, I'm kind of at a loss for words, because I don't know how to fucking change it. I don't even have any fucking suggestions to change it. The only one I have is, you know, the president or fucking the people that actually make this shit happen turn around and say, no, this isn't happening. This is the way it's going to happen. And if you don't like it, get the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit. But then that needs to be a follow-on effect, such as, you know, in judges in the courtrooms and policy and lawmakers. They all need to have that same mind frame, because as soon as one crumbles, then it all fucking implodes, and then it's pointless. So the entire leadership of the country, starting from the very bottom, the local level, all the way up to the top, every one of them needs to say, hey, I don't give a fuck. You guys had your chance. You guys fucked all this shit up. Now you're just going to do as we fucking say, and we're going to straighten this shit out. I don't mean turn it into a communism type fucking thing. I'm just saying all this stupid petty shit. Like, we want our own fucking living quarters. No, you ain't getting your fucking living quarters. You don't fucking like it, go find a school that you can afford to go to that has fucking cheap living accommodation. But we're not giving you a segregated fucking thing. Like, it's that fucking simple.
Well, and the caller mentioned, you know, she signed her life away. And then, of course, you mentioned earlier in the show, you know, about that chick, you know,
yeah,
saying an oath to, not to defend the flag, but the Constitution of the United States, which the flag does represent our Constitution,
right?
And our, you know, the people that fought for it. Why, like, they chose to do these things and to go these routes, and yet they want to complain when shit isn't good enough.
You know, I think she's just a fucking attention whore. She doesn't have anything to complain about, which is perfectly evident from her fucking remark, which is, it was something like, I refuse to stand for the national anthem until the country respects me as a black woman. That right there tells me she's a silly little fucking girl that has no fucking
She needs to open a
permanent
fucking
fucking
history
basis.
book.
Yeah, for her argument. There is no fucking argument. It's all about her. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, someone needs to fucking kidnap her, bring her over to Eastern Europe or fucking Africa or Iraq or some bullshit like that, and fucking let her be oppressed for just 2 months. That's it. That's all it's gonna fucking take. 2 months of oppression, and then she can come back here, and then she can see how fucking thankful and grateful she should fucking be. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm all about people speaking their mind, but when it comes to your argument has no basis, and you're doing it to get attention or fucking selfish type act, I got no time for you.
I don't know if you heard this, Ty, but supposedly I heard this from a friend that's going to be working a football game. Supposedly there's going to be players that are not going to stand for the national anthem because of Black Lives Matter. That ticked me off. Is like, because I'm a diehard Chicago Bears fan. If my own team does that, I'm sorry, you just lost my respect over 23 years of doing this little shit, doing this little petty shit because Black Lives Matter.
Oh,
yeah.
It's
all lives matter.
Speaking of that, and I meant to say this earlier when we were talking about the whole Seahawks thing, and I'm sure several a lot of people remember the strikes, the Major League Baseball strike in the 90s because they were whining and complaining they weren't getting paid enough, and of course that turned a lot of people away from baseball because they're like, you grateful assholes. To me, that strike is nothing compared to what these douche canoes are doing, thinking that they're starting some revolution, not, standing up for the flag and honoring the people who defended, the Constitution and their rights to be able to do that.
Get this, guys. So every business relies on their customers. It's plain and simple. Because if you don't have customers, you don't have a business. Unless you just want to put money into it and never get anything back, which is impossible because you'll never sustain yourself. The NFL is a business. Now, I get it. Everyone likes watching this shit, and it's like a hobby or part of your life or whatever it is. I got that. But at some point, you need to make a decision. Do your opinions and your beliefs trump a sport? If you honestly feel enough about these idiots not standing for the flag of the national anthem, if that outweighs your fucking passion for a sport, then don't watch it. Boycott the NFL. Don't watch any of the games. Like, you can catch some of the shit on Facebook, but Facebook doesn't give them any income. Don't watch it on cable. Don't watch it on fucking ESPN. Don't watch it on any of that shit. Just don't fucking do it. So if everybody does that, then it's going to hit them in their pockets, and then the NFL will take a stand against the teams and the players. The NFL makes all their money through televised events, like for paying the media. The media pays them to televise it. They have these fucking multi-billion-dollar contracts to fucking put it on TV. The teams themselves, yeah, they make money from fucking, also televised stuff, but a lot of their money comes from selling shit, like the jerseys and the fucking hats and this and that and the other. That's where they make a lot of their money. And the players also get money for, their particular fucking shirts or whatever. And their fucking brand deals and shit like that. If you don't immerse yourself in that, don't watch the games, don't buy their shit, I give it 2-3 months. If the majority of people just stopped fucking following the NFL for 2-3 months, I guarantee the NFL would turn around and do something, because they would start losing billions of dollars, and it will hit them where it hurts. And every businessman hurts in the pocket. It's just as simple as that. So everyone's all up in arms about this shit. Well, actions are louder than words. Don't follow the NFL or the teams that are doing this dumb shit, and then maybe shit will change. But if you're just going to bitch and complain about it, but also support them, which gives them money, just by watching the game, you're giving them money, then it's just going to continue to happen, and your opinion, your voice doesn't mean shit. So the choice is really down to you guys.
That is true, because if you're supporting them but you have something to say, that's a double standard. And basically you're jumping the horse and saying, hey, I don't like it, but you're jumping back off the horse and saying, hey, I'm going to endorse them because I don't care.
Right, exactly. So you need to kind of take a stand, and what means more to you, your opinion and your beliefs, or watching some douchebags get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars just to throw a football around. So yeah, that's simple.
I guess speaking of millionaires and people, leeching off the system.
I was going to talk about this.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate your call, my dear. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty, have a good day.
You too.
Thanks. So yeah, this this kind of made me laugh, but here we go. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hey, Ty, it's Bud Puppy.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, you do realize who the #1 selling NFL jersey is right now, don't you?
Campernickel?
Yeah. I say we bust a cap in his nickel.
Yeah, because I guess people want to burn it, or I don't know. Well, like,
I think it's stupid because they're putting money in his pocket.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like when you guys buy these jerseys and you buy it with a player's name on it, they get money from that fucking particular jersey. Like the team gets money.
They get a percentage of it.
Yeah, the team gets money, the player gets money. Like that's how they make their fucking money, through merchandise. Like that's the teams and the players' biggest source of income is merchandising. They get a bit from televised events. They may get some for fucking winning, games and shit like that. But that's nothing compared to merchandising. Merchandising is fucking unbelievable. They get so much money from that shit. So when you guys buy that shit, you're just fucking helping them out.
It's kind of, it's like, I guess compare, like when gun control, like the shooting in Orlando and stuff like that, and the talks of, I guess, restricting, gun rights, like the sales, for, ammunition and guns, go through the roof. And with this whole, protest going on with, Kaepernick, and then buying his jerseys and other shit to burn, which is fine. That's your money. Do what you will, but you're kind of defeating the purpose.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you're feeding the monster.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's what it breaks down to.
And he's not going to give a shit if you burn his jersey. All he's going to care about is you just put money in his pocket.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. Like, I think he said, after the initial backlash and shit, he said he was going to put the first $1 million of his salary or whatever towards the cause. I don't know what fucking cause he's talking about. But, yeah. So, I mean, if the dude can just throw away $1 million for no fucking reason, I'm pretty sure he's not hurting for money. So he has his salary, his contract for being on the team. Then he gets all his extras, which is, the fucking merchandising shit and stuff. And I don't know if, as a football player, if you get bonuses, like if you score a touchdown, you get a bonus and shit like that. I know in soccer, some players within their contract, if they score X amount of goals in a game, they get a bonus. If they achieve X amount of goals in a season, they get a bonus. Like there's all kinds of different like caveats and stuff. I don't know if that's the same.
Well, we all know he has no play time, so he's obviously not earning any bonuses that way.
Right, but I mean, he's got to be making fucking money somehow. I mean, he's been injured for a while. Even then, he wasn't really that fucking good. So I can't see the team continuing to pay millions of dollars to this douchebag. And he's not even fucking playing and stuff. So I don't know.
Under contract, I have friends that play pro sports. Under contract, they have to keep him on until they can be released as a free agent or whatnot.
Okay, so
they have to keep them.
So they can't quit the contract early. They just got to fucking bench him until their contract runs out.
There's stipulations is that, okay, they can buy out his contract for X amount of dollars or continue to pay him.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that would come down to which is the cheapest
just like
method.
Another team can buy out a player's contract. I mean, you hear about it when free trade and everything else is open. They bought the contract from the New York Yankees or they bought from the New York Knicks or whatever.
So it's kind of like buying a car. Like, I want to buy your car off you, but you're still paying on it. So I pay you 10 grand to pay that shit off, and then I pay you an extra like 5 grand to fucking buy the car.
As long as they got the money, yeah. As long as they have those funds available to be able to afford him.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah. So I guess
because the salary caps and everything else.
I guess it comes down to the cheapest option. Is it cheaper to just pay him and keep him on the team till his contract runs out, or is it cheaper just to fucking buy him off and get fucking rid of him?
But it's also he's also bringing income.
Yeah.
It might be bad publicity, but he's bringing publicity to the 49ers.
Well, you know what they say, right?
Which is boosting their sales, which is boosting their pocket.
No publicity is bad publicity. Like, so whatever publicity you get, good or bad, is still fucking publicity. So, yeah. I don't know.
Oh, trust me, I run a small business. I know. And it's all on word of mouth.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But it's still publicity because people are running their mouth.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's got to come down to what I said. You either fucking just stop your bitching and moaning and carry on fucking watching these idiots, or you strongly believe in your belief system and you boycott it completely. And that doesn't just mean that one team. That means the entire NFL. Because if you still watch a couple of other games, you're still putting money in their pockets. So you have to stop watching it completely.
Yeah, exactly. And like you touched on earlier was, the 90s boycott of the MLB. That hurt. That hurt the MLB bad.
Oh, I bet.
And there was also one with the NBA. Ratings dropped with the NBA as well.
Yeah.
And it hurt the NBA bad.
Yeah. It's, people are going to have to take a stand.
And give up football for a little bit in order to make an impact.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, it's only at the beginning of the season anyway. So you give it a month, 2 months, it's going to make a huge impact on the NFL. They're going to start coming down on people and teams. And then you can carry on fucking watching the games and shit. I mean, it's that simple. But
oh, yeah.
I appreciate the call, brother. Thank you very much.
All right, bye. Talk to you later.
All right, man. Have a good day. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's come to that point in the show, and time flies when you're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's about 2 o'clock already. So first and foremost, thank each and every one of you for stopping by, watching, and listening. If you don't know, we broadcast broadcast on Facebook Live and on our YouTube channel. Go over, check that out, youtube.com/WTF Nation Radio. And we broadcast over the airwaves, the inner waves. So you can listen to us by going to our website at WTFNationRadio.com. Or if you have a mobile device, you can download the TuneIn Radio app. It's free. It's for Android and iPhone. Just go to your respective store and just download it. Once you've downloaded and installed it, just search for WTF Nation Radio, and you can find us there. So you can carry us around to the store, to I don't know, the fucking, I don't know, the track, wherever the fuck you're going. You can take us with you. And if you have an Android device, you can download our own app, the WTF Nation Radio app. Just go to the Google Play Store, search for WTF Nation Radio. You'll find it. Just download it. It's got a whole bunch of shit on there. We tried to get it on the iPhone app, the Apple Store, whatever the fuck that thing's called.
Apple hates us.
Yeah, they hate us. We tried to pay them. We had to pay them like $100 a year to have it on their store, and we tried for like 3 weeks to fucking get this shit worked out. And they're a bunch of idiots over there. So we said, fuck it. You know what? Don't even worry about it. So yeah. So there's 2 ways you can listen to us on your mobile device. If we're not streaming on Facebook Live, it doesn't mean we're on the air. We have a show here every night of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, always starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I'm here. Unless, like, some shit happens, and then I'm not here. But yeah, and I always kick this thing off around 12 noon until 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, so we got a lot of shit coming up. We
Drink
have
that tune tonight.
Yeah, we have tonight, Friday Night Fuckery. We got Drink That Tune. I don't think we have any guests, do we?
No, we don't. I honestly think at this point, Drink That Tune, typically, the winner wins a sticker. I think people just want the satisfaction of beating Ice.
Yeah, Ice is like the reigning champion. I mean,
Kind of.
He's
like
old
he
enough.
Lost a few weeks ago, but
He's old enough to know all these songs.
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. So if you guys want your chance to win a sticker and more importantly beat Ice, then make sure you tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then at some point during the show, it's normally around, I think like 9:30, 10 o'clock Eastern, we start Drink That Tune. But you can only play Drink That Tune over in our live chat. So you're going to have to go to WTFNationRadio.com and then go into our live chat. That's where you can play it. We tried to do it on Facebook Live. It just wasn't working. It was way too hard. Too many answers coming up at the same time. It was just impossible to do it. So
then people bitch like, little grade school kids saying, well, I answered it first.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So it's a lot easier to do it over in our live chat. And there's some good people over there. Some webcams, some fuckery. It's a nice little circle jerk going on over there. So make sure you stop by there tonight, because it's Friday Night Fuckery. It's a good time, always, in that chat room. I think that is about it. I don't think I've missed anything. Like I said, make sure you check out the Friday Safety Brief that is going to release on US Army WTF Moments Facebook page at 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I think we're done. Once again, thank each and every one of you for joining us. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. And yeah, you have anything, Mom?
No, I don't. Just hang out with us tonight, play Drink That Tune, and shots.
Yeah, there you go. So have a good weekend. Remember to toast on Sunday. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all! That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?